Okay, so Jada Pinkett Smith, like the whole drama with her and Chris Rock and Will.
Yeah.
Okay, so he made fun of her, and I guess the justification was the fact that she's going through an illness, right?
Okay.
She's going through an illness, so it wasn't fair for him to make fun of her because it's something that's out of her control.
Yes.
Right? And I saw a post recently that was showing LeBron James. Remember when LeBron was going through the hair loss situation?
Oh my goodness.
Remember that? Yes.
All the memes.
And all the memes, people were making fun of him. And LeBron, as a man, he just came out and did some memes himself. He laughed it off.
I know.
Whatever. But imagine how hurt the man was going through. So basically, the question I have for you both is it okay to make fun of or to excuse the fact that a man is going through the same exact thing as a woman? Because with LeBron, it was jokes, it was fun, da-da-da. But now with Jada Pinkett, suddenly... we have to be like, oh my God, but it's a health
very
situation.
sensitive, yeah.
It's very sensitive.
Right.
Is that fair?
I don't think it's fair at all. I mean, I can see why, women might get the extra, the different, I guess, reception, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Like, because we're more about beauty and our image and things like that and the limelight. So maybe that's probably why, I guess, guys kind of just, women get more of a bly than the men do. Because guys they just kind of like brush it off and it's like, okay, whatever, I find anyways. But I'm sure deep down they probably are also very like sensitive about it. They just don't show it as much as like probably women do, right? So maybe that's what happens with society. It's just like, okay,
because it's
it won't hurt them as much. Yeah, you know what I mean?
What do you think, Vanessa?
Like so I don't think whether you're male or female, it's acceptable to shame, belittle, or insult somebody. There obviously is arenas where that type of behavior is okay if you're being, a part of a roast or you're in a comedy central session type setting. Right. But LeBron, he jumped in on the fun, and he was just suffering from male adult baldness. Jada Pinkett actually has an illness which is causing her hair to fall out. And she shared publicly alopecia. Yeah. How that's been affecting her confidence. And as we all know, as a Black woman, our crown is our pride and it's our joy. And I strongly believe that Chris Rock should have known better than to go up there and insult this woman who has had to shave off her hair due to medical health reasons. And no, it's not good for the goose and not good for the gander. But at the same time, we women and Black women, we have to deal with so much more than the other typical woman and than men have to. And Chris Rock being a Black man, he should have known that was like inappropriate. So if you would have bust that same joke about LeBron, I think it would have rolled off his back a bit differently. It's not a secret what our hair means to us and what the history is.
I guess I'm just wondering, like, because, like, personally, I don't know. I feel like maybe Chris Rock probably would know. But I didn't know anything about Jada Pinkett Smith's medical condition until all this happened,
he didn't know
right?
Either. He actually didn't.
Did he know? Like, I don't think so.
With them.
He didn't. But was he friends with them? Because last year he was also making fun of them at the Oscars. So I don't know if
he's a comedian.
I don't know their relationship, but what I do know is like I really honestly, depending on this whole being a feminine and equality with women and stuff like that, I get that some people are like, oh, is there a double standard, right? Where women, and I get what you're saying, because it's
you're
different.
A feminist, or you're saying he's a feminist?
No, I'm saying like
with the
generally.
feminism,
Okay.
Yeah.
Generally.
Okay, yeah.
I'm a feminist to a certain extent.
Yes,
certain extent.
Yes.
Okay, but to me personally, it's like I don't think it's fair because I've actually personally dealt with a guy who was losing hair, and I know how insecure they get.
Yes, I have as well. I've had that experience.
It's a big deal for them, as much as it is for us women.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? So it's not like LeBron James was doing. I feel like I can't speak for him, but I feel like he was doing it because he had to join. Sometimes you have to join in the. I tell my son that. Okay, my son is 13. I'd be like, listen, if people are making fun of you in school, you gotta join in the fun.
If you can't beat them,
you gotta laugh.
Yeah.
So that way they can't make fun of you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to, and I feel like that's what LeBron James did. I feel like at the end of the day, you can't beat the internet. The internet, undefeated.
We all know, like
people will say things like they don't. care about how you feel, that you may actually be going through depression, that you may even possibly, unfortunately, like this is something that could drive you to even suicide. Like people don't care.
Yeah, no, everyone's a critic.
People don't care. Everyone is a critic.
Yeah.
Everyone has an opinion. Yeah. So I personally feel like it's not fair that with LeBron James that we had to, like, you know, people were just making fun of it. It was a joke and it just passed by.
Take it seriously.
But with like Jada Pinkett suddenly, you know, we have to be like, oh my gosh, guys, like she's going through an illness, because realistically, like losing hair is just an illness in all. Like, it's not necessarily an illness, but for some people it is alopecia. For some people it's just generational. Like it could be a hereditary thing, genetics. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on what it is, but either way, nobody wants to lose their hair. No. Nobody wants to. If you want to cut your hair and you want to go bald, then that's that. But you don't want to.
It's different, yeah.
If it's out of your control, nobody wants that.
That's exactly.
Especially a whole basketball player. So I do feel like it wasn't fair, but it kind of was an eye opener.
It's an eye opener.
It was an eye opener, because now we're able to be like, okay, you know what? Maybe next time if we see a man losing hair, we'll be more sensitive to it.
More cognizant. Yeah, like, just like, you know what? Maybe he's probably also just as sensitive as I am, or the other person.
Exactly. And I feel like I can't compare the both, but I feel like it's also it's really a sensitive thing for men too.
Yeah,
it really is. Because I remember the certain person that I'm talking about, they would not stop wearing hats. And I was like, it's okay. Like, who cares? Like, you know, like, you look fine. Like, and they're just like, no. Like, they wouldn't care. Like, they were just like, no, because they felt more confident like that. It's their image. It's a big deal. Especially when you, like, had hair. You're like, line up fresh. And now suddenly, like, your lineup is back here. I'm sorry.
Why, Landrine? Why?
Why did you have to do that?
Why?
No, your lineup is back here. Like, that's hard.
It's not easy. It's not easy for both parts.
It's just like the more obvious differences is that LeBron has joined in on the fun numerous times in terms of making light and humor of his hair loss.
But was it by choice? Do you think
whether it was by choice or not, that's what he chose
did it,
to do.
Yeah,
I guess.
She has been open and honest about how hard
that's true.
This, you know, part of her life has been, and the process and having to shave off her crown and her hair and her strength and her vanity, and whether Chris Rock knew that or not, okay, fine, whatever. But I think that's why the two situations were viewed differently, and they can't necessarily be viewed the same, because one party has been very vocal about like, nah, this ain't it. And the other party has just been like, yeah, okay, as long as my hairline's good for Space Jam.
No, but I disagree. I disagree because I literally feel like a man and a woman handle things differently. Yes. You know, I don't feel like LeBron James like joined in on the fun because he wanted to. I feel like he did it because he almost had to.
Yeah.
You know, what is he gonna do? What else is
play it cool?
What else is he gonna do? Like act as if like he's cool. Like I feel like we should put the same respect on both parties.
No, for sure.
That's how I feel. I feel like if a man is losing hair, put the same respect on him as you would put on a woman, because it's not fair to both parties. Because like this is something that's not in their control.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Have you seen LeBron James now? He went to Turkey and got his hairline fixed.
I haven't seen. I need to see.
Girl,
I've not seen his new hairline.
Filled in.
If he did not care,
Good for him.
If he did not care,
he wouldn't have done that.
He wouldn't have done that.
That's so true.
But he did it because it was something that was really bothering him. It affected him. Right? Yeah. So I just feel like, honestly, and I don't think this is something that's going to change anytime soon, but this generation, we're on social medias. We want to comment about everything. We want to talk about everybody's like appearances. Yeah. We want to talk about everything everybody's doing. But like sometimes just like we just need to just keep quiet and just same with Chadwick, right? We never knew what was going on with him. People were commenting on, oh, why is he losing weight? Why does he look like this? But you don't know what people are going through.
And look what happened.
You don't know the struggles that people are actually going through. You know? I know.
Can we all do this? Don't take me there, because I love Chadwick. Yeah. So
Black Panther.
Wakanda.
Wakanda forever.
I know.
Wakanda forever.
Right?
No, but seriously,
sure.
like,
I agree.
But you know, I feel like it's gonna take some time for us as a generation to get there. But I think that in terms of something like this, we should.
We need to make steps. Yeah.
Yeah, and we need to have the same respect for both parties.
Yeah.
Like I get it. Like a man is always gonna handle things a little bit differently from a woman, but that doesn't mean that they're not human and they're not sensitive to you know certain things.
Yeah.
And we
need
just
to be
need
more
to be
mindful.
more aware. Exactly.
Yeah.
We need to be more mindful of that. So
No, for sure,
I wonder if this, like, I know there's always the black conversation and there's the other conversation. I wonder if either conversations are similar because
I know, right?
you know, there's just certain things with a black woman you don't talk about, you don't touch, and they're embedded in us culturally. And I find that the celebrities that are in Hollywood and Black Hollywood are starting to spread that message to others. To be like, there's actually certain things when it comes to black women you don't talk about.
You just don't say.
You don't say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're allowed to talk about different things that other, you know,
are not. They're not.
Right. Like what? Like you get an example.
I just like.
Hair. Don't touch my hair.
Yes.
Don't come and ask me.
Made the movie.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
and that's
honestly,
what's so ironic,
hair
right?
is number one in the workspace because I'm a hairstylist and so many times I'm so sick and tired of doing somebody's hair and they're just like, oh, I can't change it too much because in the office they're used to my hair being like this. Oh, I can't do this because they're used to my hair. Like, and it's so frustrating because like I could tell. Like I remember I had this one like who's actually my friend. She wanted to do braids but she couldn't do it because she was used to doing a bob and her workspace was.
It's not really professional.
No, yeah, not even professional, but she's just like, oh, that's such a drastic change. I would have to explain it. Can we like get to a place where we do not like if you see a black woman, like I get it, it's a change, it's different. If you're gonna compliment in your head. Keep it in your head. Like it's because it we don't need that.
Like the comment of like you know you hear many times, oh she's so pretty for a dark skinned woman or a black woman. Doesn't that irk you guys? Like it is that that's not even a compliment. It's just so
first of all
horrible.
that's not
it's
a
such
compliment.
An insult. Yeah,
that's an insult.
It is, and I don't know how people see that as a compliment.
Very much
it's just
so.
Very as if every shade of melanin isn't beautiful.
Right?
Like,
exactly.
Why are we differentiating?
Exactly.
It's just,
you see,
exactly.
So that's an example of something like black women that you don't say.
That you shouldn't say.
You know what I mean?
And I think right now, even with this topic with Chris Rock and Will Smith, I feel like every time something happens, it's opening up a new conversation for people to have. Just like, you know, with with the situation with, you remember when Black Lives Matter started and like, you know, some people were just like, oh, it's just whatever, it's the same thing, you know, we're going to talk about it and it's going to, but no, I feel like
nothing's going to change.
What I realized personally from the Black Lives Matter till now is that it's, like, for example, most of my clients now, all they care about is supporting black businesses. And I think I never experienced that before BLM.
Yeah.
You know? So I feel like every time something does happen, it does open up a new conversation and it exposes us to a new type of a conversation and like
it's an opportunity for learning
and something else and you know, and so with this whole topic, yes, unfortunately it was not in the best way because Will Smith did what he did. But I feel like it does open up different layers of conversations that we're able to have now, and we're able to really dig deeper
and unpack it. You know what I mean? And just figure out why and how we could change, do better, right?
Yeah.
As a whole.
Exactly.